Debbie Reynolds, Jane Russell. The Death Stars of 1991 and first-time appearances by David Niven, Richard Chamberlain, John Wayne, Lana Turner, Joan Collins, Elizabeth Taylor, Jack Penny, Johnny Carson, Steve Martin, Juicy Wells, Shelley Fabares, Susan St. James, Anne Margaret, Tony Bennett, Barbara Streisand, and many others. It's Bob Hope and friends making new memories. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Bob Hope.
That sounds like relatives. I don't believe that. Thank you very much. This is Bob, back for my 42nd season on NBC, I hope, telling you, yes, it's my... Yes, it's my 42nd season, and if you're wondering why Mikhail Gorbachev came back, why shouldn't I? 42 years, that's almost as long as it takes Jimmy Stewart to say hello there. I remember my staff asked me when I was going to retire. I told him when I can no longer hear the sound of laughter. He said, that never stopped you before. The post office is now issuing a series of stamps honoring comedy stars. I think that's great. Let's get rid of the politicians and put some comedians on stamps. That's what I say. You know, humor is a big part of America. We need something to laugh at besides Congress. Whenever I write to the government, I use a Laurel and Hardy stamp. What better way to say, another fine mess you've gotten us into? They want to come out with a Phyllis Diller stamp someday. It'll be the first one that you apply face down. Well, the post office can learn a lot from comedians. After all, we have a better delivery. I hope I'm never put on a comedy stamp. I don't want fans licking the back of my head, I'll tell you that. Have you seen where they come out with a new Barbie doll that's not so pretty? They've shortened her legs, filled out her thighs, and made her bust more realistic. If the idea catches on, goodbye Hollywood. I won't believe a toy company is making dolls that are more realistic until I see one that has blonde hair and black roots. You know, I was going to ask Liz Taylor why she's getting married again, but that's like asking Pee Wee Herman if he's seen any good movies lately. I can't tell you why he was arrested, but at least now we know where he got his nickname. Now look on the bright side. Maybe they'll let him go for insufficient evidence. You know, a woman in Florida is acting as a surrogate mother for her daughter and is carrying her own grandchildren. I've heard of kids staying at grandma's, but this is ridiculous. Technology is getting to be too much these days. They have test tube babies, surrogate mothers, frozen embryos. I like the old-fashioned way of having children by mistake. Have you heard about that new book, Final Exit? Tells you how to commit suicide. I already know how. I was in vaudeville. And I hear that Nancy Reagan sent a copy of the book to Kitty Kelly. Kitty Kelly. Kitty Kelly, she's the first kitty to publish her litter. I can't wait to read Gorbachev's new book, What I Did on My Summer Vacation. Gorbachev was on vacation in the Crimea, and suddenly he was placed under house arrest. Some think he orchestrated the coup himself, just as a way to avoid sending out all those postcards. Gorbachev, of course, was furious. You would be, too, if you were forced to spend 3 days of your vacation indoors watching reruns of Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island. It's not easy to say, you know. Gorby still doesn't know how they found him. I guess they got his address from Ed McMahon. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Gorbachev were furious when they were placed under house arrest during their vacation. They had already rented the snorkeling gear and everything. Did you see Yeltsin on top of that tank during the coup? That was pretty brave of him. The last politician to get on the tank was Dukakis, and you saw what happened to him. And the coup proved one thing. Yeltsin was the right thing, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. And you know that coup lasted 63 hours. Ronald Reagan used to nap that long. Jerry Ford used to spend that long looking for his golf ball. You know, I think it's great that the communists are finished in the USSR. But when I first saw the headline saying, the 74-year rule is over, I thought it was about Johnny leaving the Tonight Show. You know, the coup in Russia was over so fast, Tom Brokaw didn't have time to get there. I had confidence in Gorbachev. I wasn't going to worry about him until his picture started to appear on Russian milk cartons. Thank you very much, Dave General.
The coffee's in here. Oh, great. Hey, I'm really looking forward to this. Me too. Dorothy Lamour and Jane Russell reunited with Bob Hope.
Hi, girls.
Debbie Reynolds, what are you dressed up like that for? She's obviously dating G.I. Joe.
Hello, I'm Jane. I'm here to do the Bob Hope Show.
Are we at war?
Of course not. But when Bob calls, you can never be for sure.
That guy has been to more war zones than the Scud missile. Even in the old days, Bob was a sucker for men in uniform. In 1941, when we were filming Caught in the Draft, do you know he made a special Christmas show for all of the extras in military uniforms?
What's wrong with that?
In July?
Better that than a dress. I've always been a big fan of Dorothy Lamour since I was a teenager.
Why don't you go home and write a book with Carrie? Ron, you did all those road pictures with Bob. He was quite a ladies' man. I heard he tried to put the moves on all the females. In Road to Morocco, Bob even kissed a camel.
That must have been hilarious.
Well, the camel didn't think so. He spit in his eye.
Well, with a camel, you never have to make a commitment.
You know, when I co-starred in films with Bob, he was always in my dressing room. I can imagine. Oh, no, it was nothing like that. No, my mirror was bigger than his.
You've always had the biggest mirrors in the entertainment business. Jane, you did 2 pictures with Bob, right?
2 Westerns, Paleface and Son of Paleface. Oh, I will never forget those dreamy eyes, his stunning profile, and that strong, muscular build. Bob? No, Trigger. You know, that must have been something, working with horses and Bob Hope in the same movie. I just gave the horses a few lumps of sugar, and there was no problem at all. Yeah, what about Bob? I gave him a few lumps, too.
Now, girls, I don't care what you say. I had a ball working with Bob, and he was always a gentleman.
Oh, come on. You mean he never tried to peek into your dressing room?
No, how could he? I stuffed gum in the keyhole. Took him half a day to scrape the juicy fruit out of his eye.
Have you ever noticed how Bob invites you to his house only when he wants to ask you to do him a favor? Yeah. I've been to Bob's house many times, but I found it so hard to enjoy his hospitality, having to run out and put money in the parking meter every half hour. Yeah, me too. I didn't know it was legal to have a parking meter in your driveway.
Well, I have to admit, I had one of the most delicious meals I've ever had at Bob's house.
Oh, what was it?
$37.50. Without the tip.
Maybe we're being too hard on Bob. After all, he has had something to do with our success. Well, that's true. He could have made lots more pictures than we could have had to be in them.
Oh, I just know Bob has changed. For instance, instead of paying me cash for appearing on this show, he gave me something he said is priceless. An autographed golf ball. He made a hole-in-one with it at his Desert Classic this year.
He gave me one, too. It figures.
I've worked with many beautiful women on our show, but that first time is always memorable. Here's Lana Turner.
I'm delighted that you decided to make your debut with us. How did you happen to pick my show for your first appearance?
Well, it was really very simple. I called up your last 2 guest stars, Ginger Rogers and Betty Grable, and I asked them about you.
And what did they say?
What's the difference? I'm here anyway.
This is my first time with Joan Collins.
Shall we resume the play?
Let's get cracking.
Oh, Rodney, I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I can't. I simply can't.
Oh, yes, you can. Pamela, man has his limits, and then the beast takes over. I need you. I want you. The blood is coursing through my veins. You hear what you're doing to me? I'm homogenized.
My road movie sweetheart, Dorothy Lamour, donned her sarong to help me pitch a new soft drink.
Remember, if you want a drink that's good, just try some Tree Fresh coconut milk.
You won't have any trouble recognizing it. It's the only milk that comes in a hairy bottle.
Jane Russell stopped by the show one night to bring me some bad news.
Say, honey, I'm glad that you dropped in. What time shall I pick you up for the party?
Well, that's why I came, Bob. You see, I can't go to Bing's party with you tonight.
No?
No, we're doing retakes on my new picture, The Tall Men, and I have to spend the evening with Clark Gable.
Oh, that's a shame.
Janet Leigh's debut caught me in a compromising position.
So this is where you've been when you're supposed to be in Pittsburgh. Oh, I'll fix you
Now,
up.
wait a minute. Look, I don't care what you do to me, but don't hurt her. The only woman I ever loved.
What are you looking at?
Somebody stole my girl.
Zsa Zsa Gabor had trouble with me even before she had trouble with the Beverly Hills Police.
Listen, your career in this country has certainly been spectacular, Zsa Zsa.
Yes, America has been good to me. I had a little trouble on account of my accent.
Your accent?
Yes.
What accent?
Oh, Bob.
No, I mean it. If you hadn't mentioned it, I'd have never noticed it. I'd have thought you were a native-born Japanese. I didn't know. But I tell you, you're so beautiful and everything. It's a thrill to have you on the show. I mean that. And how come you've never worked with me? How come we've never been in television before?
America has been good to me.
Zsa Zsa's second time on my show was actually Debbie Reynolds' first time on my show.
You know what, sweetheart? You look familiar to me. Were you ever married to me?
No, I don't think so. I still have my house, my car, my bank account.
Angie Dickinson's first appearance was to interview a handsome, debonair, sexy young senator. Guess who played that role?
Senator, I understand that you've been named Bachelor of the Year by Vogue magazine.
Well, yes, I did hear something about that.
I imagine a lot of women who haven't been to college might be impressed by silly, unimportant little things like your wealth and your fame and your prestige.
When Elizabeth Taylor first appeared on our show, I was so thrilled I decided to run off with her.
Oh, Acapulco, I can't wait.
You know, I may not be able to go.
What?
My grandmother's psychiatrist will be moving in next week. Estelle's brother, you know, the one with the Gazelle complex, will be calling Tuesday. And the carpenter's supposed to come and redo the bathroom.
Well, either you go to Acapulco with me or I commit Harry-Carry on my scalpel. Well, what's it going to be? Well...
But don't rush me.
You won't get any argument from me if you call my next guest the First Lady of Television. Her talent and personal charm has made her respected and admired on the stage and screen as well as TV. As mystery novelist and amateur super sleuth Jessica Fletcher, she's about to begin her 8th season on Murder, She Wrote. 4-time Tony winner with 10 Emmy nominations and 3 Oscar nominations. Here she is without her trophies, Angela Lansbury, right here.
Thank you so much for that very generous introduction, Bob. Considering, you know, this is the first time that we've ever met.
Yeah, that's surprising for a couple of ex-Brits, isn't it? I wonder who's been keeping us apart.
Well, I don't know, but isn't it amazing that we've done so well without each other?
Just one of the handicaps we've had to overcome. When did you come over here, Angela?
Oh, during World War II. I was 14, and my mother moved me and the family here to escape the bombing.
See, that's where we were different. I left England and did my bombing here.
Bob, comedians who bomb don't last on television for 42 years. I think you've got it made, young fella.
Thanks, Angela. Thank you. You've given me courage to go on. So you've been Miss Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote for 7 years now.
That's right, and there's never been a mystery that I couldn't solve.
Yeah, well, I love Murder, She Wrote.
How come that we never did a mystery together?
Well, I was afraid the handlebars on your bike wouldn't hold me.
Well, why don't you come on Murder, She Wrote, Bob? If you do, I might even let you solve the murder before I do.
You do that? Gee, that would be like Perry Mason losing a case.
Or like Mr. Rogers moving out of his neighborhood. You know, it's fun playing J.B. Fletcher, Bob. Solving mysteries each and every week.
Yeah, how do you do that?
With extraordinary powers of deduction, incredible perception, touch of common sense, and a dash of luck.
Reading the last page of the script at rehearsal doesn't hurt either, does it?
Doesn't hurt a bit.
There's another mystery I can't figure out, Bob.
What's that?
Well, we've both been in show business a long time, right?
Are you kidding? My original cue cards were printed on stone tablets.
Well, you've gotten a lot of laughs with lots of people, and you've sung so many duets with different people. I mean, you're a regular Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Don't say that. Gives the IRS ideas. What's your point, Angela?
Well, how come you and I have never worked together? As long as we've both been in show business, it's amazing that our paths have never crossed.
I'd enjoy acting with you. In fact, I'd enjoy singing with you.
Oh, and I with you, Bob.
Well, shall we see how it sounds, huh?
Let's give it a go.
I'd be funny, you play straight. You'd be good, but I'd be great.
Well, did you ever?
Yeah, what swell partners we'd make.
I dance and show my legs. I save the act when your jokes made eggs.
Well, there was a shortage back then.
What swell partners we'd make. I could play a Shakespeare queen. You play golf in the scenes between.
Well, did you ever?
What swell partners we'd make. We'd be a smash. We'd roll in cash.
We'd be just great on our concert date.
We'd be just grand on our one-night stand.
Won't folks be floored
when you finally win an Academy Award?
I'd be the song, you'd be the dance.
I'll wear a dress and you wear the pants.
I'm glad they figured that out.
What swell partners we'd make.
I'd do my act, then bring you on.
By that time the audience will all be gone.
Well, did you ever?
What swell partners we'd make. We might even do a little soft chew.
And I'll pay for extra lessons for you.
Well, did you ever?
I mean, what swell partners we'd make.
Who saves his last.
I'd probably fall and break my
contract.
Did you ever?
What swell partners we'd make. We'd be a team.
Like ice and cream.
Like Gypsy and Rose.
Like buttons and bows. Applause.
Acclaim.
Acclaim. Like you playing Mame.
Thank you, Bob. You've earned some cheers for keeping us laughing all these years.
Are you talking about my career or my golf game?
Your love scenes.
Oh.
It doesn't matter what we do. As long as I'm on the stage with you.
Well, did you ever?
What a swell partner, a swell partner, a swell and elegant partner we
Many of Hollywood's leading men made memorable appearances on our show. David Niven.
Freddy, You should sing something, don't you think?
Bob, not only do I have no voice, I don't even know how to make the necessary gestures with my...
Oh, wait a minute. I'll help you with that. You want me to give you a lesson on that? I'll tell you. You sing That's Amore, just a chorus of it, and I'll show you how to work. Just put your arms behind here. Go, Les. Go.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
When Robert Wagner first did our show, he brought along his bride, Natalie Wood. Wouldn't you? Say, I just want to know one thing. With two careers in the family like this, how do you arrange your home life?
Well, Bob, we have a system. When Natalie's doing a picture, I do the cooking.
And when Bob's doing a picture, then I do the cooking.
Well, what happens when you're both making pictures?
Then we're lucky. We eat out.
We've only been married 2 months, honey. Give me time to get the hang of it.
Yes, some of those can openers are pretty complicated. Steve McQueen signed on for a comedy tour of duty in Alaska with me, Jane Mansfield, and Frances Langford.
There's not much choice. Which one do you want? The skinny one with the blonde hair or the fat one with the skinny hair?
Hiya, Snowflake. How'd you and your friend like to go and have a little drinky?
I don't drink and I don't smoke.
It's Pearl Harbor all over again.
We even managed to have Richard Chamberlain, TV's Dr. Kildare, make a house call 20 years before Shogun. Richard played a samurai gunfighter in our Japanese Western.
All right. I'm Banzai up, but me very peaceful fellow now.
So, you are afraid of Billy the Kamikaze, you coward.
Last man say that to me, now pushing up daisies.
Yeah?
Yeah, he gardener in Pasadena.
Michael Caine only starred in 3 films when he first appeared on our show. Now he does that many in a week. Michael, you're kind of a phenomenon in this business. One picture, The Ipcress File, and then Alfie and Powell. You're a big star.
Well, I just got lucky, Bob. How many pictures did you make before you got recognition?
52, and the jury is still out.
Meeting you is a real special kick for me. I've always been a big fan of yours.
Really?
Yeah. You may not know this, but I saw you at the Prince of Wales Theatre in London. I was 6.
6 years old and you came to see me?
Yeah. At that age, did I know what I was doing?
John Wayne's first appearance on our show took us back to his alma mater, the University of Southern California. Well, Duke, you've probably had the most fantastic career of anyone in the movies. What's your secret?
Well, I guess football had something to do with it, Bob.
How do you mean?
Well, if that left end at Notre Dame hadn't stepped on my head, I might just be another pretty face today.
Burt Reynolds joined us in a spoof of the movie Papillon. We enjoyed his performance so much, we let him keep his wardrobe.
I hate it when you can't tell whether it's before or after.
This is Devil's Island, you know. It ain't Hamburger Hamlet.
No Dinah's place either.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's hard to believe that neither one of us got an Emmy for that. But Burt first appeared on my show in 1974. It's taken me a long time, but I finally succeeded in getting him back for a return appearance. He just won an Emmy as lead actor in his series, Evening Shade. I do sympathize with him, though, because after a hard day's work, he has to come home every night to Lonnie Anderson. Let's hear it for Burt Reynolds, right here. Congratulations on your Emmy. That's great.
Oh, thanks, Bob. I haven't won anything since my Rotary Club football trophy in high school, and I was floored. I didn't know what to do. I mean, when they announced my name, I was at a loss for words.
Not on my set, you weren't.
I really was. I didn't know what to say when I got up there, but, of course, you know what that's like.
No, I don't, really.
Don't you ever give your writers a day off?
Are you ready to do the sketch the boys and the girl whipped up for us?
Does Boris Yeltsin love Borch? I've always loved that joke.
Yeah.
Is that the one where we played the two aspiring actors working as waiters in a Hollywood restaurant?
Yeah, what a memory.
Yeah.
They're going to think we rehearsed.
If they only knew.
This job being a waiter. I'm really an actor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, you remind me a little of Mel Gibson.
Hey, thanks.
I'm kind of waiting for my big break, too. I hope to be a big star.
Can you act?
Did you believe me when I said you looked a little like Mel Gibson? Where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland. We call it the city that never sleeps.
I thought that's what they called New York, the city that never sleeps.
Oh, we must have dozed off.
Boy, I hope I get discovered soon. I only got $100 in my savings. It's right here in my shoe. And I cry every time I think about it.
Why?
Well, it's all in quarters. Pretty soon I'll have to move out of my apartment and start sleeping under the stars.
Yeah, I heard that's one way to make it in this town.
Hey, look who's coming in. Morton Akershott, boss of Superior Pictures.
Ooh.
Good evening. I'm your waiter. Also, I did Hamlet in high school. I was the gas attendant in Driving Miss Daisy. And also, I was one of the 600 terminated in Terminator 2.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Akershott. I'm your waiter, Dudley.
What kind of a menu is this?
It's my scrapbook. All but the first 2 pages are blank. I sing, I dance, I act, I break dishes.
I'd really like a crack at your latest picture, Mr. Akershott.
I don't talk to actors. Do you have an agent?
Yes, sir, I do. He just parked your car.
You must have heard of me, Dudley Funk. The same Dudley Funk who thrilled the audience last winters as Dribble Nose in the West Covina Follies.
Look, fellas, I have to order quickly and get back to the studio. I have to find some new actors for my movie, Bloodthirsty 2 3/4.
Oh, well, if you're in a hurry, why don't you try number 1?
Do you have any specials?
Yes, sir, we do. All of our waitresses give massages.
Of course, this movie is going to be a musical.
And the letters hearts from San Francisco.
Will you please be quiet? We're trying to discuss business. Just bring me a tossed green salad.
And pick up a few singing lessons while you're out there, huh?
Good idea.
Maybe we should make it a buddies picture. You know, like the old Hope and Crosby Road pictures.
We're off on the road to Morocco. We also work as a team.
Yeah.
I say, waiter, what's that fly doing in my soup?
Oh, I believe it's doing the Australian crawl. Hey, waiter, there's a hair in my soup.
Is it blonde? There's a waitress missing.
Wait a minute, waiter. There's another hair in there and it's brown. And I want that one because I pay about $75 a piece for mine.
That does it. I can't eat in this place. Let's get out of here.
You can't do that, sir. This is how stars are born.
Yeah, we were just hoping to get a little part in your picture.
But what I'm looking for is a romantic lead.
Where are you going, Clara? Back to leave a bigger tip.
Yeah? Well, watch this.
I'm going back to the table, too.
To leave a bigger tip?
You just reminded me. I left my doggy bag.
Okay, fellas, any 2 actors who'll go to these lengths to be stars deserve a chance. I want both of you to report to the studio at 6 a.m. sharp for makeup.
You can't be serious.
You're right. 6 is fine for your friend. But you better be there at 4.
He talks funny, but he's a big producer. Come on. We gotta walk over here, too.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna be in the movies.
Yeah, we're gonna be stars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something any movie star would do.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm gonna rent a limousine and go out to some schmaltzy... I'm gonna rent a limousine, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going out to some schmaltzy, fancy Hollywood restaurant and let somebody read this line, will you?
What are you gonna do if you become a big movie star?
I'm gonna rent a limousine and go out to some fancy schmancy Hollywood restaurant and let somebody wait on me for a change.
Great idea. I'm gonna do something if I become a movie star, too.
What?
Well, I'm gonna try to get in a television series and maybe marry a big busted blonde.
Here is Diana Ross and the Supremes. And the lovely Anne Margaret wowed our troops when we went to Vietnam in 1969. When Tony Bennett first appeared on my show, he was brave enough to try a duet with me.
See what you can do with these.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town.
I think I'll go with her.
Olivia Newton-John had just gone gold with her first hit. Here's another good friend at the dawn of his career, John Denver.
I think I made it perfectly. I wouldn't change a thing. La, la, la.
And Barbara Streisand proving that she really can be a funny girl, and she proved she could sing, too.
Oh, I forgot to introduce my fiancée here. This is my little sister, Bessie Mae. She plays the, what kind of setup you got there? 2 washboards?
I'm in stereo.
Any place I hang my eyes is
Talk about a hard act to follow. Not this man. He can do it. Ask any certified country pop fan who's the fastest rising star in the music galaxy, and you'll get one answer. He swept this year's Academy of Country Music Awards, winning 6. USA Today called him the front runner of country music, and People magazine tabs him the hottest thing around. And he's nominated for 5 country music awards. All that, and he's a great guy. Please welcome Garth Brooks right here. You were raised in Yukon, Oklahoma.
You know, I think you'd like Yukon. You really need to play the local theater there sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, great, then. I'll call up the manager and tell him to go back and get the chairs from the Undertaker, then.
Don't bother. Buttons and bows sounds good with an organ background. But, you know, a lot of people tell me that I should go into country.
Who?
Mostly people from the city.
Country singing's a little different from most entertaining.
What does it take to make it in country?
Well, you need a guitar.
I can get a guitar.
Some people say you need a hat.
I can get a hat.
And they say you need talent.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, is
I don't know, Bob. Being a country singer, you know, it isn't easy. You got to put up with them female adoring. Got to answer them love letters, cash them checks.
Come on, Josh, let me suffer with you, will you? I'm just a little old cowboy at heart. Josh, I understand you graduated from Oklahoma State University?
You betcha. All right. Yeah, I got to run track up there. Probably the best thing that happened, though, I got to meet my wife, Sandy, up there. I just thought she was the cutest thing, asked her to marry me, and she said, yeah.
Very romantic, Josh. You're incredible.
Thank you.
After just a few short years, you've become one of country music's most sought-after performers.
Thanks a lot, Bob. I owe it to the good Lord, of course, and some pretty terrific fans.
Speaking of fans, is it true you always see your fans after the show?
Well, we try to. Every chance we get, we try to. How about you? Do you see your fan club after the show?
No, he's seen it before. Garth, thanks for dropping by, and best of luck with a singing career that's going to keep you on the top for a long, long time.
Good Lord willing. Thanks, Bob.
Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks, ladies and gentlemen, singing a song from his new album, Rope in the Wind.
Last time I saw it was turning colder, but that was years ago. Last I heard she had moved to Boulder, but where she's now, I don't know. There's something about this time of year that spins my head around, takes me back and makes me wonder what's she doing now? 'Cause what she's doing now is tearing me apart, filling up my mind and emptying my heart. I can hear her call each time the cold wind blows, and I wonder if she knows what she's doing now. Just for laughs, I dialed her old number, but no one knew her name. Hung up the phone, sat there and wondered if she'd ever done the same. I took a walk in the evening to clear my head somehow. But tonight, I lie here thinking, what's she doing now? 'Cause what she's doing now is tearing me apart, filling up my mind and emptying my heart. I can hear her call each time the cold wind blows, and I wonder if she knows that what she's doing now is tearing me apart, filling up my mind and emptying my heart. I can hear her call each time the cold wind blows, and I wonder if she knows what she's doing now.
That's the legendary Gloria Swanson reigning over the Hollywood Deb Stars when we first introduced them on our show in 1958. It's been a popular segment on 11 of our specials. Kathy Nolan starred as Kate in The Real McCoys and went on to become the president of the Screen Actors Guild. The lovely Jill St. John went from this appearance on to a glorious career in both television and film. You'll recognize the beautiful Tuesday Weld, who starred in many movies, including one with me called I'll Take Sweden.
Well, Bob, here's our first Deb star.
Joan Crawford helped us to introduce the Hollywood Deb Stars of 1960. This is Shelley Fabre, who is currently starring every week on Coach. And here's my friend Bing.
This is Miss Susan St. James from Universal Studios. Just what you need on your show, I think, a comedian.
Just what you need, a saint. Susan, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I just finished a picture at Universal called Fame's the Name of the Game. But before that, I was a model in New York. I was in all the ads. You probably saw me in all the magazines. And then I went to Paris, and I had these big white teeth and broad shoulders. And then I modeled in London and Berlin and Milan and back to...
Folks, stay tuned for the 11 o'clock news.
Over the years, I've had the pleasure of introducing scores of beautiful and talented young women who've gone on to fame and fortune. These stars of tomorrow are just beginning to twinkle. They are in their career debuts. There are Hollywood Deb Stars. These gorgeous gals will be wearing spectacular Bob Mackie gowns from Fred Heyman of Beverly Hills. Beautiful girls in beautiful gowns. And people ask me why I keep working.
And tonight, our first Deb star, Sondra Spriggs. Sondra has had principal roles in the films The Four Angels and When Beauty Dances. She also plays the recurring role of Marie in The Heat of the Night on NBC. And she's appeared in a string of stage productions.
I take it acting is your chosen profession, Sondra.
I love it, Bob. In fact, as long as I can remember, it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
Well, I can still remember the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
And what's that, Bob?
I forgot. Sondra Spriggs.
And Bob, here's Martha Byrne. Martha has had the lead role in 2 feature films, and she's had guest starring roles in many television series, and she's also won an Emmy as the outstanding ingenue in a daytime drama for her role in As the World Turns. And on Broadway, she did 694 performances in Annie.
694?
Yes, and that's a lot of performances.
I know. I once did 826 takes of a love scene I was doing with Jane Russell.
Couldn't get it right?
Couldn't get enough.
Next, we have Karen Jo Goodwin. Karen Jo Goodwin was the Talent Award winner in the Miss California contest. She's had featured roles on TV in Remington Steele and The Young and the Restless, appearing in several films, including Lethal Weapon.
Tell me, what was it like working with Mel Gibson?
Oh, it's fun, Bob, but nothing compared to the thrill of meeting you.
How about that? She's not only beautiful, but she's a diplomat, too. Karen Jo, along with your considerable acting talents, they tell me you also speak French, Italian, and German.
That's right, Bob.
That's impressive. You know, I speak 2 languages, too, English and Spanish.
Really?
Señorita, parlez-vous français?
Bob, that's French.
Really? Then I speak 3 languages. Karen Jo Goodwin, thank you, man.
Bob, meet Jenny Garth. Originally from Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, she moved to Phoenix when she was 13 and began studying acting. And now one of America's favorite teenagers, Kelly Taylor on Fox's hot new hit, Beverly Hills 90210.
Jenny, that's quite a success story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed. It took me 25 years of show business before I could land a job in television.
Well, I sort of had an advantage. I didn't have to wait for someone to invent it.
Sad part is I have to wait around for radio, too. Jenny Garth, there she is.
Our next young lady is Monica Schneier. Monica was the youngest winner of the Supermodel of the World contest. and was also the youngest model ever to appear in Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. Now she's making her film debut in the film Waxwork 2, Lost in Time.
Well, are you enjoying making your first movie?
Oh, I love it, Bob. Although it's a lot of hard work and I still have so much to learn. Bob, could you teach me everything you know about acting?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, please, it'll only take a minute.
What she means is that I'm a fast teacher. Monica Snare.
Bob, meet beautiful Kathy Ireland. Kathy is a well-known model who's featured in this year's issue of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. Kathy comes to us from Paramount Studios, where she plays a place kicker in their current release, Necessary Roughness.
Kathy, I hear the film includes appearances by such gridiron greats as Dick Butkus, Ben Davidson, Earl Campbell.
Yeah, that's right. Also Roger Craig and Herschel Walker.
Wow, I'm honored. You just worked with all those great athletes, and now here you are appearing with me.
Well, my acting coach told me that it's a good idea to go from one extreme to another.
I think I just bought one bikini uprights.
And now, Cheryl Richardson. Cheryl grew up in the small town of Alamo, California. Cheryl had a featured role in the movie thriller Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and currently stars as Jenny Eckert on ABC's long-running hit General Hospital.
Say, I understand you're also a pretty good tennis player.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, Bob, and I also enjoy dancing, and I recently took up fly fishing.
Cheryl is so beautiful and talented, she already has her own fan club. Isn't that something? I couldn't afford to buy mine until I was twice her age. Cheryl Richardson, honey.
Deb star Lara Piper. Lara was born and raised in Titusville, Florida. Her credits include Matlock, Miami Vice, and the role of Vicky Emery, the beautiful blonde genius interested in New Age phenomena and astrophysics on ABC's Head of the Class.
And I heard you have lots of hobbies and interests.
That's right, Bob. I love all kinds of sports. Scuba diving, horseback riding, fencing, soccer, even juggling.
And I'm sure you do them all well. Isn't she beautiful? When God was handing out good looks, this young lady got in line twice. I know that because they caught me cutting in front of her both times. Lara Piper, right there.
Bob meets lovely Raquel Gardner. Raquel hails from Ohio. She began her career as a model, but she's also appeared in feature films for Disney Studios, Paramount, and MGM. On television, she's appeared on HBO's Fever and in several episodes of Twin Peaks.
I understand you also had a recent proposal of marriage, huh?
Well, a young man did give me a ring and asked me to marry him, Bob. But it wasn't recently. I was only 5.
5 years old? Where did this happen?
In my hometown, Mentor, Ohio.
Boy, that Donald Trump really gets around, doesn't he? Raquel Gardner, right there.
Our final Deb star of 1991, Alex Datcher. Alex is featured in a new film called Netherworld and has appeared in reoccurring roles in Beauty and the Beast and The Young and the Restless on CBS TV.
I know you grew up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but where were you born?
In the Windy City, Bob.
Washington, D.C.?
No, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, that kind of win. Here she is, Alex Datcher. Thank you, Dan. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, the Deb stars of 1991. How could I ever forget the first time my fellow comedians visited our show? Here's my pal Jack Benny appearing in a sketch with me and Rosemary Clooney.
Tired of having your nose in the same old place.
You don't scare me, Buster. He cut me.
How about this kid here? This kid wants to play fiddle in here. This pumpkin roller.
Pumpkin roller? So's your old man. That's the line they gave me. Been rehearsing it all day. Couldn't wait till I got here. So's your old man.
He thought it fit you so well.
Here's the old schnozzle and me doing a sketch about two TV stars doing their show out of the Slammer.
I've been in here so long, my wife forgot what I looked like. She called me up this morning and said, hello, handsome. And who am I to contradict her?
Bing Crosby joined our show on TV for the first time. Look how excited he was to be working with me again.
Hey, get up.
Who's there?
Hey, get up, Bing.
The Blackburn twins.
You look like What are you doing in bed? What about the party?
What party?
You know, the big going-away party you're throwing for me.
Oh, you're a little late. That was yesterday.
How could you have had the party yesterday? I wasn't here.
You weren't? Who was that we put on the boat?
Here's Lucy doing what she does best, playing Lucy. I'm supposed to be Ricky.
Hey, wait a minute. What is this? What are these Texas anchovies doing here?
That's my first dividend. I joined the Herring of the Month Club.
Oh, that's good thinking. On a dull night, we can get marinated together. Oh, you said.
The innovative television genius, Ernie Kovacs, was on hand to discuss the 50s payola scandals.
What about my album?
What album?
You said you'd plug it for me, remember? Music for cigar lovers?
Here's where we turn the tables on Johnny Carson. He's playing a movie star in my version of The Tonight Show. Let him sit on the couch for a while.
Tell folks that wonderful story that you were telling me before the show.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this. A very funny story, Bobby. It's about this old maid, you see, and she's on her way home to her apartment late at night. She decides to take a shortcut, you see, through the park.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just have a short commercial. Homemakers, for a quick nourishing meal. Have you tried delicious Jiffy meatballs?
Bobby, we use Jiffy meatballs at our house all the time.
Isn't that great?
Our dog's crazy about them.
He's just kidding, folks. But seriously, folks, the smart housekeeper always has Jiffy meatballs on hand when guests drop in unexpectedly.
They'll never drop in unexpectedly again.
Bill Cosby played a secret agent on our show, and I was a villain attempting to shrink the world.
All right, Rudolph. Hold it right there.
You hold, kiddo. You want to wave bye-bye to your mama?
I've heard of bit parts, but this is ridiculous.
Remember this guy's name, George Burns? He'll be around a long time.
And Gracie told the wildest jokes, and the audience would believe it because she believed it. Like the one about the recipe for cooking roast beef. She said you take two roasts, and you put them in an oven, a big one and a small one, and when the little one burns, the big one is done.
He's that wild and crazy guy, Steve Martin, in a wild and crazy sketch.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a metal detector?
What kind of an idiot would be selling a metal detector?
I've got one.
We've had a lot of great comedians on our show over the years. Tonight continues that tradition. Now, in its fourth season, Roseanne is one of the hottest comedies to come along in years. It consistently hits the top of the rating charts, and it hits our funny bones as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome two great comedic talents, Roseanne and Tom Arnold, right here. Tom, this is your first time on our show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Bob. Do we get a free toaster?
And by the way, I understand you two recently renewed your marriage vows.
That's right. We wanted to get in there before Liz Taylor hogged all the publicity.
You know, and we figured all the people that bought Julia Roberts presents could just give them to us.
Well, tell me, Roseanne, are you still having a hard time convincing reporters to refer to you by your new name?
Well, Bob, it's catching on slowly, you know, but some of them still insist on calling me Roseanne you-know-what.
Well, I can understand that.
Well, that's right. You know, I was known as Roseanne you-know-what long before I married you-know-who.
Yeah, but Roseanne you-know-what is finished. I mean, history, kaput, finito. My wife never wants to be referred to as Roseanne you-know-what again.
Well, you can trust me. I'm stamping Roseanne you-know-what completely out of my mind.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
So why don't we go to the bar and celebrate?
The what?
I'm sorry. Roseanne, is there any role you really wanted to play?
Well, yeah, Bob, I've always wanted to play the fair damsel in distress, you know, that the two dashing men fight over.
And I've always wanted to play Robin Hood because, you know, I feel like I'm kind of the Errol Flynn, Kevin Costner type.
Well, I feel I am, too.
Isn't that a strange coincidence? I've always wanted to play the treacherous sheriff of Nottingham. Let's do it. Here's our version of Robin Hood right here.
All good citizens of Sherwood Forest, Robin of Hood has challenged the Sheriff of Nottingham to an archery contest to determine who shall wed the fair Maid Marian. This is a Don King promotion in association with Bow and Quiver magazine. All hail the Sheriff of Nottingham!
I'm lean and I'm mean, and there's no in-between. I'm so mean, and my favorite hobby is watching people suffer. I can't wait until television is invented.
Robin, you may have heard of me now and again. I am Robin Hood, leader of the Merry Men.
And I say you're a thief, a drunk, and a notorious womanizer.
Well, if you did all that, wouldn't you be merry?
I've always wondered, why do you keep stealing from the rich and giving to the poor?
We can't help it. We're Democrats. But that will soon change. We're opening some S&Ls to keep a little bit for ourselves. You know, I've always wondered how you've managed to keep your job as sheriff for so long.
Well, I have one rule that is strictly enforced. No video cameras. Look yonder, Maid Marian.
Maid Marian! It is me! It is thee, Maid Marian!
Well, it's not Margaret Thatcher. Sorry I'm late, but I've been shopping.
We've decided to conduct an archery contest to settle once and for all who shall claim your hand in marriage.
Well, who gets me, the winner or the loser?
We haven't worked that out yet.
I have an idea. Perhaps we could share the object of our mutual desire. There's plenty to go around.
You're right. Whoever made Marian certainly made a lot of her.
How would you boys like me to make you a set of Mick Jagger lips with my foot?
Who's Mick Jagger?
He's a delivery boy for a bakery called the Rolling Scones.
Let the contest begin.
You dastardly Sheriff of Nottingham, I'm going to be victorious because my heart is pure.
Sure, that's easy for you. You're not in politics.
Beware, Robin. I'm the greatest archery expert in the entire known world.
Then how come you're not in the Archery Hall of Fame?
I was banned for life for betting on bow and arrow contests.
Hold it, macho mouth. Have you ever considered the possibility I may not want to marry either of you?
If I win, I'll give you this entire kingdom.
Hold on, naughty. Do I look like the kind of woman who would fall for that? I don't want things given to me. I want to go out and shop for them myself.
I, on the other hand, can offer you nothing.
You expect me to marry you?
Maid Marian, I'm the Sheriff of Nottingham, and I say you'll marry whomever wins this contest.
And what if I don't?
I'll have you incarcerated, chained to a prison wall, drawn and quartered in the public square.
Well, you're gaining points there, Sheriff. I like that. But I'll decide who I marry. What have you got to offer?
I'm the meanest, wickedest, vilest, most contemptible man on the face of the earth.
So ordinary husband material. And how about you? I understand you robbed from the rich.
Yes, but I give it all to the poor.
You're starting to look better all the time.
But what kind of a wife would you be?
Boy, this guy's really starting to get on my nerves.
Enough talk. Let's get on with this archery contest.
You better not cross arrows with me. I can split a gnat on a poppy seed roll in deep fog.
Forget it. I can kill you on the spot. And if you want to see me do it, just say the word.
Bull feathers.
That's not the word.
Well, look, if we're going to do this, let's just get on with it.
All right. I'll go first. You're through. A bullseye.
Now it's my turn. Ah! There, not only did I get a bullseye, but I split your arrow in half. I win. Call Rabbi Freeling. We'll have him perform the ceremony.
Not so fast there, pointy hat.
She not only got a bullseye...
She split my arrow in half.
Yeah, and she split my arrow in half again.
She split the whole doggone tree in half. Why did you do that?
Consider it my version of a prenuptial agreement. That's what's going to happen to you if you spend too much time out in the forest with your merry men. Now, let's go, lover. Now, let's discuss this giving the money to the poor thing.
You know, I don't care what history says. Today, I consider myself a winner. I'd like to thank all my friends for dropping by tonight. Thanks to show business, I made a lot of friends in my life, and I adore all of them, especially those who don't want to get paid. You know, some of my friends are gone, but I'll always carry their memory close to my heart. Thanks to film and videotape, they will be with us forever. Television is an amazing thing. I come into your homes every couple of months, and I feel like I'm your friend. I've been coming to you for 42 years now. A lot of friendships don't last that long, and I'm glad ours has. I want to thank all the stars who were here tonight. Roseanne and Tom Arnold, Garth Brooks, Angela Lansbury, and Burt Reynolds. And of course, let's not forget Dorothy Lamour, Debbie Reynolds, and Jane Russell. And the lovely Deb stars, weren't they something? I just want to say that I'll be back with my Christmas show, and I look forward to seeing all of you. So until we meet up again, thanks for the memory, and thanks for being my friend. Good night.
Premiere Week begins Sunday on NBC with two great new comedies and two great...